huge. What were we at here? Videotron?
Videotron.
Videotron, yes. This is the studio. Yeah. Kirby, you're not being interviewed just yet. So just.
Okay.
And this is the set. Cameras. And what's the date today, Kirby?
It's December 5th, 1994.
December 5th. And this is what you look like when you're back behind the scenes. Control room and the door. So let's just go out now. And what is that called? QCTV or CTV? SCTV here.
Trying to get people. Something like that? So then you can explain it. What it means to you.
A dry run here, so.
And if I don't, believe me back to.
David from Rick Dola. Urban. This is in the control room.
Are you queued in the unibars?
What's that?
Sure.
Where do you stop? In the bars?
Yeah.
There we are.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not
So
sure.
we're coming up on 10 there.
Yeah.
Now, see here they're
And you
they're
can
quite
replay it
high.
in color, and it has
You
sound
can
too.
pull,
You can actually hear the sound
You can pull
with
two
this.
down just
You don't have
Where do you get bodies in their faces?
And
Yeah.
these are like
It'll work better
What the
for you.
bars are,
Sure.
just
Just
equal
put
right
phones
now.
will fit.
Yeah, high tape. Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so how do you spell your name so when I cue this?
You're on the air. Neil Wilkson and Toastmaster talk.
Camera to see?
Yeah.
Wish I had two of them.
But you only need one then, I don't need a whole lot.
Well,
I don't need to refer to it.
if we had it mounted, I could get a shot of it. You know what we should do is, I'll get a shot of it later. Why don't you hold it up? But how soon are you going to hold it up?
Right away. Within, as soon as I finish my intro, to introduce her, I'll show her. If you think that would be a good idea?
Sure. You show me how after you're sitting down, and we'll try and get a camera to do it. We might get Kurt to zoom in on it on the center camera, because I think he knows how to spell camera.
What's that got to do with it?
Now, the trouble is, this one doesn't have remote controls. Okay? These are not hooked up, so you've got your zoom here and your focus out there. You know that, right? Okay.
Just don't put my hand here.
Now, here's your pan and your tilt here, and we want to be locked up for a cover, framed properly, okay? Now, when Neil holds that up, do you want to hold it up? And what we can do is pre-focus, because you know you have to zoom in.
Can I have that monitor on so I can
Focus.
So I can see
Yes.
it?
And
I can't see.
once you're focused, then you would just come back like about so. Just get the bottom of the picture, and the head, like so. And then we'll come back up to cover. We won't do it on the air, though. Okay, so as a matter of fact, your first shot may be right on that. Neil, you want to hold that up and we can get a focus here? Because his first shot is going to be on this. Here, I should let you do it. You're zoomed in, and here's your focus. Go to your front one, that's your zoom track, just so you get a feel. Now go for the focus, right on the front. You want to go through it both ways until you're crisp. You know that, same as your camera.
Pan in, pan out.
And then just come out and frame it. Okay, whoa. Now, I wouldn't, once that's set up, if you don't move the camera, he's not gonna move, you don't have to worry about your focus. We'll just do that. I'll check it upstairs, because this monitor may be out. As you know, these controls here are for this monitor, not for on air, because that's just a monitor. And that can't have a very good focus. Let me see if I can get the monitor. Oh, we need a video cable to the monitor from control room out over there in that patch panel into this side hole over here, one of those blue tables for the BNC and let's see the end. That's over there. No, because we need a straight plug here. This one goes in the monitor, this plug. And if that isn't long enough, then you'll have to add an extension.
Even at speech contest, I find that so hard, you know, those lights.
Let's come around this camera so we don't
Can't
have
really
Kirby
see the
here.
audience.
So you're not really gonna be moving this thing anyway.
So are you gonna be long? Oh, well, no, I just thought I'd take a look around the.
Kurt always takes one.
Now, we need you here to do some tests.
Is this
Control them
nice?
out on the far side and then I'll patch it.
Careful, Judy, this is not nailed down. It's this table.
I feel like she's a big news anchor or something, you know? Where's my
No, no, I'm just asking because I was just gonna show her around the studio, you know.
No,
5 minutes.
Kirby, where does this end go?
I think this end goes,
This?
in that box here, I think.
Oh, maybe.
This here?
No, that box over there.
That's good though,
Right.
you know,
Thanks.
I don't see a place before you. I think it would be inside.
Right hand side. Right hand.
From to control room?
yeah, that's right.
Just make sure. Do I know this is?
Did she phone me? Oh, because she asked me if she could phone somebody else, I gave her your.
Where's that monitor? Control room out.
Control room up?
Something like control room.
We have from control room or feed to control room.
From control room or feed to control room. From.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
It's focused on Neil's talk.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
place to be.
We gotta bring that.
So scary.
Be alone.
With these two, do you think we can fill a half an hour of time?
Oh, Kirby, can you help me?
We're going to the 1 hour session here. Toastmaster.
No, we're gonna be in that here. I told her I said I have to be home at 8:30.
This is backwards. You want to wear my jacket, Neil? Is that? There we go, there we go.
Yep.
Stay with-
Line it up to,
Stay with me,
That's the
Neil.
one thing I remember about this tape, you can't.
3?
cross your legs.
There's a good shot.
I have 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. Get that flash.
Never let him see us sweat.
Oh, look, the guy behind the camera.
You know, when you do it, you're talking to your camera. I know you're just looking at the monitor now. But hold it up, still talking here, but facing here, basically. No, but don't turn your whole body over. Yes, you did, because you're talking here. So the idea being when you hold it up, you're holding it so it faces the camera this way, not this
Yeah,
way.
it's coming over to the ear, Neil.
But still keep talking that way. Okay? You have your green hands over here.
Well, of course.
There,
There we go.
yeah.
Yes.
Straight.
Actually, you probably would be easier probably if you sat here, because you're at the real.
Yeah, just straight fast. And not even chase it.
Okay.
And then you'll see it.
Can we get a shot of that?
Well, somebody upstairs has press button, but he isn't here, he's down here talking to you. Okay?
Where's the button presser? Is that when Marguerite calls you the button presser?
Certainly pushes her button.
Yeah.
Opportunity.
I'm really
You
good.
trust
at
suits
doing
and buttons.
manicure. Don't do that to my finger nails.
I see you're gonna be trouble when they make with that cord, Kirby. You screw up my one shot here that I got at this show.
Cooperation.
Supposed to
Well,
type
Kirby,
it,
come
type
back
on
next
copy.
week.
Okay, could you hold that up again, Neil? Or do you just want me to do that when I get it? So somebody just wants something like that? Like that?
Yeah, like it up like that.
All right, okay, I'll cut it off.
Okay, we're doing a rehearsal now.
All right.
That's good.
Set it up to be the new big morning show.
Toastmaster. Careful. Come to
Oh,
our
it was
club.
like, it was like Jane with that last year winter skin night. I'll never forget that. Somebody was talking, I had some pictures of her my birthday this year. People said, "Girls," I said, "You know that girl in the bride's dress? Oh, that was her!" I mean, just that whole this slow motion fall off the stage and that huge dress was just so incredible. Geez, we got a concussion or something. Wow. Here's a joke.
It'll work.
What does Santa call his reindeers? Wet, sweetie. Reindeers. Why should you give legs for Christmas? Great stocking stuffer.
That's right, these guys are split personalities. I finally here exists.
I like this joke actually, this man told me last year, it was at Christmas time. Says, "Do you know why?" I'm trying to find out if this guy was even on the planet. And he says to me, "Do you know why Santa has no children?" He has like 12. He said, "No, why does he have no children?" He says, "The old man always had a sack on his back." And he remembered, I saw him this morning, I asked him a joke, he knew the answer. Well, that's pretty great. Ooh.
That about right where you want?
Where's the zoom out?
Right about there?
Yeah.
Is that right where you want? Actually, I think it's over there.
Right. Yeah.
How did you get in there? So speaking up.
He wants you to come out for a travel shot.
Oh, I see.
There's 2 shot of 2 people.
Is that framed well enough?
Gee, I know what I can give my mom for Christmas. I can send her a videotape of me on TV, right?
Want me to zoom in now?
So did you get that mission statement? Did you get that all in lines?
Not the mission statement. The mission statement is long in the Constitution. The vision. Any closer.
When we look at it, it's only what, 14 or 17 words, but every word is just almost half word. They don't think about it, just die and do that.
But that's the mission.
Yeah.
And that's in the Constitution. So if you want to change it, it has to go into the mission.
Okay, we're gonna do a staff rehearsal until someone says hello.
Hello?
Says it?
Yeah, that's not hard. Say hello, Neil. Hello, can we get going here?
Got you.
Statue. Stat me.
Hello, my name's Jose Jimenez.
And how long has it been, Jose?
I work for Wilkson's.
Do you?
Yes, I do. As a quality tester.
Tester.
I know Kirby and the Lord. He's my I learned everything I know about beer.
I was talking to a client this summer and he knew more about Kirby than I did. He went on and on to
What did
tell
he
me
say
all
about
these
Kirby?
things about Kirby, and I went, I didn't know that about Kirby. I didn't know that about Kirby. Who was that guy?
What did he say about Kirby?
What's his name? Perot.
Ross?
No.
Wayne.
Wayne. Wayne Perot. I don't know what you say, client. And what is he talking? I said, oh, you know, I know somebody would say, yeah, you want to tell me about Kirby's generation and Japanese and.
In time for chapter 3.
Kirby's related to the great commander, you know.
Can you hold that up more time for me to see what it is?
Sir can. Elijah cameraman.
I can't see it.
There you are. Where's Judy?
I was in Camels this weekend. My dad says, "Did you read about that lady in Toastmasters? What has Judy done now?" Guess who it was?
Very, very, very
Very.
Yeah, when somebody said
What
Judy
did you
Dola,
need there?
CTM. All right, hey, just a minute.
What was that tape? That was the tape. Oh, what?
Right. Welcome to Toastmaster Talk, produced, directed, and hosted by volunteer Toastmasters in the Edmonton area, like Kirby, and Kirk. My name is Neil Wilkson, and Toastmaster Talk is seen every week at this time.
Okay, yeah, I thought you
I guess I can't laugh at your jokes.
were. What about camera two?
So did you tell your dad that you?
Is that two?
Yeah, just the two, yeah.
I told you.
Oh, I talked to her once.
Just the camera.
Yeah, that's my camera.
Yeah, Dad, you should see what she does in a bus. I think if I got any claim to fame, it's that bus to
Oh, man.
Westminster.
Okay, they're just gonna do
After that,
a
everything's
change and a quick
also
playback.
anticlimactic.
So,
Yeah, play that back.
they're just testing right now.
Joe still dreams of that.
With you as soon as they can.
Meeting his mother once again.
Yeah, what a bus. I actually don't like
Again,
buses
it's
to
on
take
headphones.
What's his name? I was trying to think of tonight, pursuers. Claire, Damon, and Terry. Reed.
Are we gonna watch it here? Are we watching it? We can watch it or just?
They're just testing for some.
And you're on the air. Anything will go with that timing like you want.
Yeah, it does actually. It's gonna have to go right there. What's done, you know?
You too can be a professional.
Can't
Are
tie.
we for real or is this practicing?
Oh, they just played it back. I guess it's one of the three.
That's right. Yeah, we did that here. It was a mock meeting.
Same fashion.
It's about a week.
It was Peter. And what do? They bring back one.
On the phone a little while ago?
Yes, sir.
I had it. The party in question phone. Yeah.
Healthy conversation, I assume?
Oh, yeah.
Anything you wanna talk to me about?
No. The party was a little surprised at first. And no many names were mentioned, just.
Oh, surprised. I thought you'd had this before.
And it led into quite nicely because call came about needing something for another individual. And I said, that individual called me themselves. We have these individuals who I'm so high and mighty, can't.
Nice segue.
So it just. Very well.
Okay, Kirk, can you test your mic? Okay, say something for a little while.
Hi, Herb. This is Kirk talking to you tonight from Toastmasters Talk. We'll be showing this on Sunday morning, I believe, to an absolute Nielsen rating. It's 8.0, which is one of the highest Richter scales I think that we have.
We're actually going to show it on Monday night. We're going to preempt the NFL Monday night game of the week.
All my rowdy
All
friends.
because you are on. We got to get this by the way. We want to get this up there in the control room, please, if we can. Thank you very much.
Because all my rowdy friends are watching Toastmasters Talk that night.
So I guess we can't look at this.
No.
Only data's on the headphone there, so.
So yeah, we lost the camera. How are we going to get this shot on this if we lost the camera?
Well, I just gotta be fast.
How's that mic working? Because is it banging on my jack there?
Is that mic? It's working perfect.
Perfect.
That's great. Oh, it says as you're moving the mic and tire scraping into.
Yeah.
This isn't sitting there.
Yeah.
Want to test again?
You have Ryan Coke up there?
If he's Sure, he's shocked. He started to shake it.
You don't be on the table, do you?
No, I don't. See, 5 times in this book. Yeah, I'm this worried to Walter about something.
The stupid mic keeps dropping kind of in the weird position. Let's actually talk about this for a while. Kirk Jensen, one of the most successful.
Show us the same. The monitor's not on, by the way, control room, just so you know. You are watching Toastmaster Talk. I'm Neil Wilkson. You are watching Toastmaster Talk, brought to you by Toastmasters International. It's members and clubs of the Edmonton area.
Thanks, Neil. Yeah, I've been at Toastmasters for 4 years now. I've met a lot of fantastic people and Neil. And I'd like to say that this organization has done a lot for me and Neil. True. Yes, true. Are they having a problem here with my forehead or something?
Okay, what's the bear with me? They're just setting levels.
Do you got some powder?
Kirk wants makeup.
Kirby, check this mic here. Just when I see it's kind of pointing to my
David. Kirk wants to check the mic again.
kind of points into me here.
Oh.
I just got it down. Jen says.
When you got the other end of the cord tied in,
Just it seems like this clip wants to.
Oh, yeah, you gotta be on the picture. Here.
see, this should come up, and move down.
Okay.
And then I
Pause.
see, so you've got the cord coming up underneath, right? If you pull it down real tight, sure, it's gonna go just like Neil's, you see. He doesn't have any use of cord here. He's got it.
Ooh. You button your jacket there?
If you want, you want to switch, sure. You polish the heck out of that, that's even a spice. Neil's is nice and dull, it's good for television, yours is so bright.
You can tell who has pride in their
Yeah.
master.
You don't want to bring on any new Army cadets when they polish the grass. It's like they- You know, in the early days, with the black and white cameras, we really had a problem with it. We used to have dulling spray. Guys used to have a car commercial, they used to polish the death out of the chrome bumpers and everything. We go in our studio, and here we go. Dull it all down. He said some kid polishing it for 2 days. It was coming on television. We leave the dust and mud on it. What's that?
Are you in a rehearsal first? Okay, doing a quick rehearsal.
Kirby, check this. Is that recording? Should have some arrows going across on the top right.
You feel like a guy who brings his own camera as well.
Well, there's arrows going across. Is that a good sign?
That's a good sign.
Okay.
Neil's just out of the picture?
If he's not, get him out of there. I only want good-looking guys at the show. Is that a new one?
Yeah, it is.
It's one of those kinds that have a big screen.
Yeah, I actually took it to Europe. It was fantastic.
How was your trip here?
Great. Yeah, I was the best man for a lifelong friend. And actually, Toastmasters helped me there as well because among an international audience, they asked me to give about a 5-minute toast talk. Because of Toastmasters, I was allowed to use a lot of the energy and enjoy the wedding instead of being fretting about giving this toast at the end of May. And so,
Stand by.
Is there anything we can do about the monitor so I can see it? Is this a rehearsal, Kirby?
Yeah, it's just a rehearsal.
Okay. There's nothing on the monitor there.
There's nothing on the monitor.
I'm Neil Wilkson, and you are watching Toastmaster Talk, brought to you by Toastmasters International members and clubs in Edmonton and the surrounding area. Our goal is to help
Do you
you.
have- Can we get anything on the monitor? Oh, no, there's nothing on there. Nope. Nothing.
there you go.
Hey,
That's
there's
it.
the
That's
face.
star.
Are we able to get this in her? I hold it there like we did before?
Flat suit, yeah.
They're just checking the tape. We'll be with you shortly.
Are you ready to zoom in on this? Are you already zoomed in on this, or what's the screen on? Before we go, I'd like to get an answer whether we use this or not.
Where are we?
You better go there. You know how to zoom in?
Yeah, yeah.
When I hold this up,
Are we going here, Herb?
is this for real? Or is this
No, they're just testing the tape.
It's okay, man.
Loose of the goose until he goes action.
You know, not to.
He said it. You got that?
This thing's still running. Next time you walk by that thing in the corner there, Kirby, it doesn't look like a camera.
We should find out though, is this a ditch?
Kirby's gonna go over and zoom in.
Probably tapes and machines now.
Is that right?
Okay, here we go again.
Yeah, on in, brother. What's Bob doing? No.
Ian Edwards.
Yes.
Very well.
Yeah.
He was recognized as a fellow recently in his group of grain grower groupies, gurus.
He's
Very
heavily into that,
prestigious.
yeah?
Well, he's a wheat scientist.
Professionally, he was recognized as a humanitarian communicator.
No, as a outstanding results as a wheat scientist. He's a fellow of their association. But, very intelligent fellow.
Oh, yes. Very well spoken. Pauline?
Pauline, she's had great visits in the fall. Yeah, she's really doing the way she's taking, very presidential in certain things where she needs to be. Certain people trying to, again, use the organization as members.
Really?
She, good cards.
Absolutely fantastic.
value his book is still there. Claimed his old camera. His old camera. Your camera's over here.
How about monitor?
I could have trouble, you're gonna keep watching this one. I don't want you to go over to that one, you're gonna be playing it out.
So this is the ditch.
No, we go with it. Kirby, can you zoom in on that? I don't think they'll recognize you. I can just say, that is that, see that face there? That's right there. Not right there. Relax.
You want this personal approach, we're not kind of invading your space.
How soon from the intro are you gonna show that page?
Right up front. Well, I mean, within the first 30 seconds.
Within the first 30 seconds.
First minute.
Okay, so.
You can wear your better suit.
There's no good.
Yeah, actually, there is.
Okay.
Obviously, I didn't know.
The guy that doesn't have dirty fingernails doesn't make fun of the whole well.
Okay.
Okay. Well, hopefully it works.
Can you hold the page up? Okay.
Very nice. You did it.
Okay, back. We're really stretching her out. 3 times in a row. I have to do it.
So, here you go. PRO. Joe.
All right, we're going.
Okay?
Roll and record. Seconds to studio.
I'm Neil Wilkson, and you are watching Toastmaster Talk, seen every week at this time, brought to you by Toastmasters International, its members and clubs in Edmonton and the surrounding area. Our purpose on this show is to help you achieve the things in life that you feel are worthwhile by helping you improve your communication and leadership skills. As you know, no matter what you want to do in life, if you cannot communicate your ideas successfully, if you cannot get your point across, if you cannot get along well with people, you will not achieve your goals. Sooner or later, no matter what you want to do in life, achieve in life, you're going to have to probably take a leadership position. How do you get along with people as a leader against being a friend? These are the things that you can learn in a regular Toastmaster club that meets every week. If you'd like to get more information on Toastmaster, just phone this number, 465-2833. And if you happen to miss writing it down this time, that number is also listed under Toastmasters in the white pages. But don't go away. This show, especially if you're interested in becoming a very successful business person, you'll want to stay tuned. For we have on this show a Toastmaster of renown, not only for what he's done on our organization, but for what he's done in business as well. Kirk Jensen is featured on this issue of Edmonton Business Magazine. Kirk, outstanding. Congratulations and welcome to our show.
Thank you very much, Neil.
It's good to have you here. I'm sure members in our viewing audience are wondering, well, Toastmasters and business, just how do the two come together?
Neil, I've found, especially in the last few years, it's really important to be able to communicate and get across some of the things that your company can do as in service. We all know how important service is now in the 90s. And when you're talking to customers, and especially in my business, where I'm in computers a lot, and a lot of people are a little leery about what exactly computers are about, it's very important for our company and myself as the president to be able to communicate to them on a simple level exactly what computers are and what they can do for themselves, for their companies.
That's not easy because anytime I talk to anybody about computers, there's a lot of jargon I don't understand. And you've got to be able to put that down at a human level.
You're right, Neil. And computer people, and probably some other industries as well, have a hard time sometimes not talking in a lingo or a language that's all their own. You have to make sure that you can communicate at the understanding of the customer's level if you're going to supply that high level of service.
Let's say I'm a customer, and you come in to try and sell me on your service. What are some of the things maybe you thought of before you came in, and things you're going to make sure you do during this interview to ensure that good communication, persuasive communication, I guess in this case, takes place?
That's right. Neil, the first thing you do in Toastmasters didn't only help me learn to speak, but it also helped me learn to listen. Listening is also a big part of Toastmasters because we evaluate our speeches and we have a Quizmaster in the show. So the first thing I do when somebody comes in is I listen to them. What are some of the needs that they have? And what are some of the things that they want the computer to do for them? So from there, I'm able to interact with them and kind of help them lead me to where they want to go. So I'm not just directing, well perhaps I am just directing where we're going, but they're actually doing all the talking.
That's nice. So they sell themselves in
Exactly, yeah. Sooner or later, they're telling me, and they're starting to say, Kirk, yeah, this is what we're looking for. I understand now what this can do and this can do. This is what we don't need, and this is what we do need. And away we go.
You got your sale.
Yes, sir.
When did you start your business, Kirk?
I started my business, as an entrepreneur, I started in 1986, selling Stanley Cup hats when the Oilers were in the playoffs. Actually, it was in the 1984 Stanley Cup playoffs. When I started my own business. And
Was the business called Gensess now that you?
yeah, Gensess. It was Gensess Sales at the time because I wasn't sure which direction I was headed. I had taken engineering at university, so I was interested in the technical fields, but I was also very interested in marketing. So from selling hats to programming to selling computers, a natural progression.
Yes. And judging by the picture in the front of Edmonton Business Magazine, golfing is really your expertise, really where your company's interests lie?
Yes, that's right, where our company's interests lie. Actually, Neil, I'm a very avid golfer. My mother bought me a set of clubs thinking, Kirk, you're going to be in business one of these days, and golf is going to be important. And so she bought me a set of clubs, and now I've been able to use it as my business for helping golf courses with tee time management and all the other administrative duties that they have.
Where would your clients be?
My client started actually as the Camrose Golf Course where I grew up.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up in Camrose, and they asked me to write a little simple package for them for doing their handicapping. And fate had it that I had to move away to Houston to become a contractor there for developing a system all across North America. And I got back a year later, and they said, Kirk, a few of the clubs have been asking us, we'd like to,
Golf clubs.
yeah, golf clubs, we'd like to also have this package. What do we do? Do we sell it to them? Do we give it to them? I said, well, I'll clean it up a little bit. And from there, it broadened outside of Alberta, and started going outside of BC, then Canada, and now we've even had opportunities to go to Tokyo, to Germany, to France, to perhaps sell our software.
Incredible.
Yeah, and Toastmasters again is helping with that.
Okay, let's go back. You started business Genesis in 1984. When did you join Toastmasters?
I joined Toastmasters in February of 1990.
Okay, well, when did you develop the golfing side of your business?
The golfing side actually became very much part of it in 1989.
Okay, so you were in your business for a couple of years.
Yes, sir.
And it was growing, you were doing well. Why join Toastmasters? Here's a successful businessman, good communicator, no doubt you. If you were selling Stanley Cup hats, you must have been a pretty big hit in your career.
Yes, I had to communicate a lot of times around the street waving those hats. But I found that I was becoming into bigger boardrooms. I was getting to have to do presentations to associations. And I found that though I had a message, it wasn't clearly being said. It wasn't clearly being brought out. And I thought my father had been in Toastmasters.
Really?
Yes. He had taken Toastmasters, and so I was familiar with it. And I'd gone through the Communication and Leadership Manual, which is the first 10 speeches we give as a Toastmaster. And I saw some of the things like speaking in earnest, voice projection, using gestures, and how to use visual aids. And a lot of my presentations, I need to use slides, and I need to be persuasive. So I said, well, this seems like a very professional organization, and I always like to give things a try. I'm a very open-minded person. I said, oh, go out there, and Jim Evans, who I was a professional associate with, said, Kirk, come on out to Northern Lights, the oldest and finest club.
Some people in their audience who are Toastmasters might debate that, but I have a lot of respect for the Northern Lights Toastmasters.
Yes.
I too joined the Northern Lights Toastmasters.
That's very
And
distinguished.
I suppose you'd like to give up the phone number, would you? So if somebody's interested in joining the Northern Lights?
Yes, actually, a very exciting club to join. If you live on the south side of Edmonton, or any part of Edmonton, I'm Kirk Jensen, the president of the club, and give me a call, 438-4136. We meet every Wednesday at the Derrick Golf and Country Club, and we'd be pleased to have you come out and give me a call on the phone. Absolutely.
And in case you forget Kirk Jensen's phone number, look up the Toastmaster number in the white pages. And Peter Coswell, who has the Toastmaster phone at his home, it's on an answering machine, just let Peter know, call 465-2833. Peter will give you Kirk's number.
Thank you, Neil.
Now, where were we? We were back at, you just joined Northern Lights Toastmasters.
That's right.
What feelings did you have walking into that first meeting?
The first feelings that I had were, and I won't tell them, I had fear. It was the fear of the unknown. I thought, I'm coming into this place where all these people are going to be professional speakers. They're going to have their suits on, and it's going to be a very stiff atmosphere. I thought it's going to be a very structured atmosphere. That was my first impression, or first thought I had as I walked in the door. This is what it's going to be like.
And it wasn't.
And it was not, indeed. I came in the door, I was quickly greeted by a number of people, a number of Toastmasters, and they talked to me a little bit about the club and what was going to be happening during the meeting. Feel absolutely comfortable. I wouldn't be pushed into or pressed into saying anything or standing up to give any type of speech or anything, and then just relax, and at the end of the meeting we'll talk to you again and just see how you feel. If you have any questions, ask the person beside you. But it was a very warm atmosphere, and I like to say a labyrinth for growth, where people are very supportive, where you can try some different things. If you're not sure about your vocal variety, if you're not sure how you look when you're speaking, this is where you can go and be evaluated constructively and positively, where they can really help you become a better person.
So even though you felt it would be a very structured and very formidable and threatening atmosphere, the members of the club just melted that away.
Oh,
And if anybody's watching now on television, thinking of joining Toastmasters, that hasn't changed.
No.
They go to your club, my club, any club, that hasn't changed.
And I think as president of the club, and you have your area governors, division governors, they encourage that all the way down the line. So that every year, that will be a very important part of a guest coming to a meeting. Now, that will never change.
So you saw them, did you join that night?
No, I didn't join that night.
No.
No,
What were your impressions of the meeting?
well, I remember, they asked if I'd like to give some guest comments.
At the very end of the meeting?
Yeah, the meeting.
What did that do to you?
Well, for a person that's been in business a long time, like I was thinking, I'll be able to do this, stand up for 10 seconds, say, yeah, I thought the meeting was great. It was an experience, a learning experience again, just to stand up for 10 seconds in front of this audience, speakers. And but I said that I really enjoyed the meeting, and I look forward to coming back next week and seeing some other speakers and another meeting.
So that's in a sense, we do this with most of our Toastmaster meetings, for those of you who might be thinking of coming into a club, that's all we'll ask them to do. The first meeting, unless they want to do more, is just a 10-second guest comments meeting, which kind of loosens things up.
And I think, Neil, as well, that goes all the way through Toastmasters, not just as coming in as a first-time guest. When you join a club, I was encouraged to give a speech, or encouraged to be part of the program, to be the timer, to be the odd counter. But I wasn't pushed into being anything.
Okay, so before you gave a speech then, maybe we should explain to the members of our viewing audience that in addition to the speakers, we also got people to keep track of how well the speakers are doing. And we believe in Toastmasters to stand up to be seen, speak out to be heard, and shut up to be appreciated. So therefore we have a timer. And then some other functions, grammar, grammarian takes care of grammar, and counter takes care of counting and all that. So we get a lot of feedback in Toastmasters. So that's what you were referring to. Oh, why did you join Toastmasters? You saw the club, you saw the atmosphere. What kind of said that's for you?
It was because I could see that being important for me, perhaps not at that moment, but I had been interviewed on television for just like a 30-second spot on my company, or as a part of the graduating committee. And I thought, boy, I wish I would have had some more practice or some public speaking, because they don't give you a lot of time. They say, we're on the air, and you're on. And they start asking questions. So I wanted to join for the future, thinking, boy, if it ever comes up where I need something like that, I'll be ready. It's kind of a proactive move, shall we say. And so I said, for the future, this is something that's very positive for you.
How long did it take for you to see results that you can apply immediately in your business? Did it take a year, 2 years? How long have you been Toastmasters?
Been Toastmaster for 4 years.
For 4 years. How long did it take for you to see results?
That would be something you could ask my mentor, but I felt results. The first speech I gave, how I felt.
Yeah.
The first speech I gave was in 3 weeks after I joined the club, and it was in the humor speech contest.
You did? You dove right in.
Yeah, I did. I don't exactly recommend that to everybody, but I thought, yeah, if we're gonna get our feet wet, let's get wet. And I jumped right in there, and I learned a lot of things about, Kirk, you've got a lot of places to improve. And so I would say, I always like getting the feedback from the people, and I would say almost within the first 2 or 3 months, for sure, I saw, and I felt more comfortable standing up.
Did you feel that not only in Toastmasters, but also in those boardroom presentations you're giving as well?
Yeah, on the boardroom presentations, when you're on the phone and you're talking, let's say, long distance to a client who's down in the States or who's in Prince Edward Island, and they ask you questions and you can't be humming and hawing, you've got to know your answers quickly. It allowed me to kind of formulate my thoughts, and I went right in with no problem.
You touched an interesting concept here, because I'm sure people watching this show will be thinking, well, public speaking is to a large group. It doesn't apply to one-on-one or to over the phone, but that's not what you found.
Yeah, well, that's right. And I also found that when you're you learn how to use gestures, you learn how to use your voice. I found that on the phone, I never sit down and talk on the phone. I'm always walking around and I'm giving gestures. And I can communicate better, again, just on the phone, with some of the skills that I've learned, as when you're speaking to an audience, when you're speaking to a phone, where you can connect better.
Has this helped you increase the size of your business, make more sales because of this thing?
Yes, it has. It's opened a lot of doors for us. I would say, and with some trade things, some professional things that are happening for me right now that are very exciting. that I know that wouldn't be happening for me right now if it wasn't for Toastmasters. And I know that might sound like a lot of raw for Toastmasters, but I am positive, like, but the other organizations I've been in, this one, as Ralph Smedley said, our founder, said this one is dedicated to the individual. And I and myself that have been in the organization are living proof of that. It really is for the person to grow.
You know, that really became clear to me this year when I was traveling around, visiting different Toastmasters clubs and also visiting other organizations as well. And I found those other organizations, albeit were very, very important, even the church I belong to. The main purpose is to give money to help other people in the world, to live a better world. And that's very laudable.
Yes.
So when you join Toastmasters, you don't have to be subservient to Toastmasters. Everybody rallies around you, help you achieve your goals.
That's right.
And that's something quite different.
Yeah. And again, not to take away from the other organizations,
No.
but for ours, that's
Yeah. So if somebody's in our new audience right now and is thinking, gee, I need to become a better communicator, or wants to be successful in business like you have, then we're not going to convince you must follow our rules.
no.
We're going to say, here's the program, you can grow. Let's talk about how you grew it. Or you dove right into the speech contest, and in 3 months, all of a sudden you felt this confidence growing. Where did you go from there, and what happened?
Again, you can grow at your own pace. I was encouraged to go to a club officer position, which is called Vice President of Education, and which kind of sets out the program, gets the speakers, and encourages different people to be part of the program. And that was a really exciting time for me because there was 2 other members, Doug Smilsky and Nancy Hurst, were running for that position as well. So we were having election night. And exactly, and if I'm ever thinking of going into politics, or if anybody's ever thinking of going into politics, there's some things that you have to do to win over the delegates or the assembly. So we had an election night, and I had the old tuxedo on, and I came out the Rocky theme, and rah, 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 the spotlights were going everywhere, and the balloons. Nancy had her cakes, Doug had his big signs, and it was a really exciting night, and I learned a lot about campaigning to the assembly and trying to get your message across to get the confidence of the voters. So that was my first assignment, was the VP of Northern Alliance.
I imagine that forced you to totally replace yourself in someone else's shoes. So did that help you
Yes.
think of your customers, focus on your customers' needs and wants because you did that?
That's a good point, Neil, because you have to have empathy to the people you're putting onto the program. Yes. You have to also have that feeling of that empathy for your customers. And when you're going and stretching yourself, let's say at Toastmasters, then you're also doing that professionally, almost subconsciously. And yeah, it did help me through that.
You weren't a Toastmaster very long when you took this leadership position. How long?
A year.
A year. That's obviously your talents were recognized quickly. In that first year, did you do more than just be involved in the speech contest?
That first year,
Did you go through, how many projects did you get through?
yes, actually, you were the chairman of the speech contest I was involved with.
Oh, really?
It was for the audience, it's Tall Tales.
Oh,
And you get to kind of step outside yourself and talk about what you might have been or could have been or want to be in your biggest dreams. And I won the club speech contest that year, and I also won the area, which consists of 6 clubs.
Right, because I drive all the way. You wanted hands down.
Oh, thank you, Neil.
Well, okay, this was another type of learning experience which is available to Toastmasters. How did that help you in your learning?
I would say, Neil, what it is it keeps stretching your comfort zone. So now you're not only in the comfort of the club, but now I'm in front of an area which has 6 clubs and some people that I don't know out there, and I'm in a contest where there's strict rules and guidelines and timing. So it made me stretch more, again, with Toastmasters. So again, when I stepped out professionally, I had already been, if I had had to go to that type of situation again with the pressure of being a small businessman, giving presentations, is that I'd already been there.
In the Tall Tales contest, you almost do things that are almost ridiculous, I guess, in gestures and words
Yes.
and body. So when maybe you're called upon in a board meeting to express yourself a little more, to get a point across, you feel very comfortable. You wouldn't go as far, of course.
Right.
But the fact you stretch beyond that, it's easy. You feel very comfortable stretching yourself up to really make a point. You become a more likable, more believable person.
that's true, and because of that, humor is also a big part of communicating well. And because you can do it with humor, I know that as well as helping because of the table talk, or tall tales, I should say. Yeah.
So you're in Toastmasters for a year, became educational vice president. You're a leader now in Toastmasters. Totally different from communication.
Yeah.
How did this happen?
I would say, Neil, the next thing that, like I went into being an area governor, where now I'm a member of 6 clubs, or I oversee 6 clubs in an area. And from there, old Area 14, if there's anybody out there watching, we're still the best, is that you learn how to build a team. As an area governor, you learn how to bring everybody together. And we had a very special area that we always have had a special area. But that was a very special year for me because we brought a lot of people together. And we did some things. We were variety night, Toastmasters, we can have fun. And we did a skit on Star Trek A14. And that helped me learn how to build a team and as well how to let go of some things. Like, I don't have to have total control because you're too busy as a person to do that.
It's delegation.
Exactly.
Delegation.
And that, I know for some of the viewers out there, that's a big step for some of us.
Why is delegation so difficult for somebody? Why does it hold so many business people back?
I know for me, Neil, that nobody could do it as good as I could do it.
Yeah.
So I had to do it.
Mhm.
And I think that's the thing is if you can just learn to let go of that, and that there are other people that can do it as well as you can, perhaps with some supervision to make sure that they're on the track you would like to see them. But let go of that being perfect, you're the only person that can do it. I think that's the big thing is if we can just let go of that.
How far do you let go initially?
Since I've joined Toastmasters.
How far when you delegate something? Just how much rope do you give them? Because people in the audience know and say, gee, I'd like to delegate, but I'm like, Kirk, I'm afraid to let go. Just how far do you let them run on their own? How much supervision do you give them initially?
What I like to do is to do it in stages. You give them some responsibility where they have to produce and give hard results. And you see how well they do with that. And if they've taken that responsibility and they've done a good job, then you give them some more. And then you give them some more. And I was surprised how much they could, how much responsibility I could let go to them. And so it's almost kind of an evolution for me that I had to do it probably as much for me as the other person that I had to do it so.
They rise to the occasion.
Yes.
Getting back to what you said about teams, I'd like to go back to that because there was an article in the Edmonton Journal this last week that talked about getting people, good team players, working for you and your company. And the question was, asking now the person applying for the job, asking them to describe just how they brought a team together to achieve successful results. It's so critical to them. And in Toastmasters, you were able to do that.
Yes.
Now, what did you, when they asked you to be a team leader, how did you feel about it?
Excited.
Okay.
I had seen what Toastmasters had done for me and taken it to different levels. And let's take it to the next thing I went into. I was the publicity chairman for the spring convention in Edmonton in 1994. And the team that we had for that convention was one that I will always remember. We shared a lot of things. And the team, it just came together. It was allowing certain people with their strengths to have responsibility, that we always listened to everybody, that we always had respect for everybody. And with that, the team just came together and it surged and it built on each other.
Kirk, why would you recommend that somebody join Toastmasters and get a leadership position and develop their team skills within Toastmasters? Why not just go and develop your team skills in the company that they're in right now? Why join Toastmasters?
Why join Toastmasters?
To develop team skills.
To develop team skills is because it's okay to make mistakes in business. It's okay to make mistakes in Toastmasters. You can ask yourself as a small business owner, or you can go ask your boss, where does he want you to make mistakes? In business or at Toastmasters? He'll say Toastmasters. So, and it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to learn. So I would encourage anybody there that's a small business owner, somebody that wants to move up into management, is to go into Toastmasters and use it as a stepping stone to learn to make mistakes and learn to stretch yourself. And it's okay if you do something wrong, because you'll get positive feedback. Nobody's going to say, shoot you down or anything, or fire you. They'll encourage you, and you learn so much more by your adversity and your failures and your mistakes than you do your successes. Toastmasters allows you to do that.
That's fascinating. We just got a minute left. Tell us about some of the other leadership positions that you have in Toastmasters. And maybe how could people.
Again, Neil, it's working with teams going up to the different levels where you have more responsibility. I was the public relations officer for District 42, which is Alberta and Saskatchewan. Again, it was building the team that I was at a different level, and I had to have coordinators or quadrant leaders that also had people reporting to them and were reporting to me. And from there, you just learn to be more of an administrator and a team builder as well, keeping everybody happy, making sure you're always listening.
Did you develop any writing skills in that? Or did you have to write articles as well?
Actually, that's a good point. Writing speeches is another talent in itself that you can learn, and how to have an opening, a body, and how to make sure you have a nice strong close that ties back to the opening. You can use that again.
But we'll talk to you before then, Al. Thank you.
Stop that.
Well, Kirk, I want to congratulate you on being such a successful business person. We need business heroes like you in Edmonton that are bringing economic benefits, bringing dollars into the city from not only across Canada but around the world. And I really wish you and all Toastmasters, and I'm sure everybody watching, which is your continued success in your business. We need entrepreneurial heroes like you in this city to make it an important city. And thank you for sharing your Toastmasters experiences and how it's helped you become the businessman that you are today.
Thank you very much, Neil.
Look forward to seeing you on another show.
You bet.
Well, that's Toastmaster Talk for this week. We hope you'll join us same time next week. And in the meantime, if you'd like to get more information on Toastmasters, please phone 465-2833. If you don't have a pencil handy, don't hesitate, please, to look that number up in the white pages of the Edmonton Telephone Directory. I know there must be some people watching us right now that have aspirations to be very, very successful in business. You may want to be like Kirk Jensen, and I don't blame you. But how does one go about it? There is an awful lot of fear out there. You may be feeling it right now. But if you come to a Toastmasters club, you'll be very impressed with the program. You'll improve your communication, your leadership skills, you'll overcome the fear of public speaking, and your self-esteem will grow. So that I promise you, and I know Kirk would back me up, there won't be any communication in leadership situation that you will shrink from. Product knowledge, anyone can gain. But the rest, Toastmasters can help you. You'll become successful. Look forward to seeing you next week on Toastmaster Talk.
And I would say 9% of the jobs are going to come from small business. So it's time for those people to step up.
We're off there.
And then, like I said, I mean, you're a business hero.
Well done.
To go out and bring riches back to this community.
That's one thing I should maybe mention also. I was mentors like yourself, Jim Evans.
That's something we could have got with mentors.
Yes.
Mentors. Another show.
You know, that's for you.
Oh, thank you. Oh. I'm doubly honored.
Any item, right?
Thank you. We're going to Wilkson archive forever. Except for your tie.
I hope that came across all right, did it?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that was terrific. Oh, yeah, you have so much energy, you know, just results.
We have to do it all again, the sound didn't come through.
We look forward to that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill. Well, you'll be able to see for yourself.
Oh, you're so.
You can see what I think.
This man is so easy to talk to. Jeez. You're thinking, all you say to yourself, wait, look how all Neil's doing. I know I can do better than that, so I'm going to look good here.
There is one part where I kept the sound right off, and that was where Area 14 was the best one.
Glad you did. Yeah, and then we start talking about Northern Lights. Did you put a little blue hiss in there?
Yeah, right.
Another microphone?
Housing bounds down. Boy, that half an hour went.
It's great. We could go for an hour. We could have gone adventures and all those other things. We could have gone for an hour.
No, Kirby's good.
Kirby, did you take that pen? No, you gave us. I just didn't want you putting it in your pocket. Because the tip was coming. You know, every time I finish a show with a person like you, that's so knowledgeable, got so much energy, good ideas to share, is half an hour. Oh. And we didn't even stop for commercial break.
That's right.
This is a promo, is it?
Yeah, that's kind of what we call a prototype.
Gee, we actually finished before 10 o'clock, too.
And you know, I was very serious too. All that, I hope sure came across sincerely, because it really is.
Except for that one point where you were picking your nose.
Did I do that? Because when Neil was there.
That's only when the camera was on me, Kirby. See there, look at the sincerity. Look. On that meeting. We want Kirk on. There we go. Nice little smile. Good eye contact.
My comments are not supposed. They're supposed to be humorously.
Yes, knowing David Cohen and knowing Kurt Jensen, they're taking it as such. Don't worry. So you're going to be the. How many pauses do I have?
He's got a cut, so
No, you're down.
I dropped my pen on the floor. I had to start to make all sorts of.
That all was fine. It was the sheet that happened after.
Yeah, I've been known to do that.
I only heard one of them. Every 30 seconds.
Like I said, Toastmasters is so supportive.
There is one thing that I do notice, and that I am serious on this one, and that is at the end, you, in both sessions, you use Donna.
Well, did I?
Going to.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. What are they going to, you're going to join
You're going to be in this.
Going to.
Screwed up my whole session. This is perfect.
Have to rerun it. You're going to. Yeah.
You'll be the general evaluator.
Going to.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Going to. Well, just that that's the way people talk these days, you see, so we'll reach the masses. They'll be able to relate.
That's right.
You can say gonna.
Kind of, sort of good, huh?
Yeah, no, I shouldn't say gonna.
Should have, would have, could have.
Good, I shouldn't have gonna. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate the feedback. He won't do that. He doesn't want to come back. Look at this fancy machine you got.
Yeah.
Looks sharp.
Pardon the pun?
Yeah.
See, there's
It is a show.
geez, it's color. Yeah, automotive. And you can rewind this and play it, and you can even hear sound. So if you ever go to Europe, this is the type to get. Because, you can't plug this into a European camera or TV. Mm-hmm. Oh, so you can hear the sound as well. Yeah. All right. Stop here, baby.